What up, though, everybody? It is Chris Platte here on the Rap Cave podcast, aka Platte Pods. I'm with a dope crew of my greatest friends in the building. We got B Mike Birdie, Burpin' Birdie, holding it down. We got Zay right here next to me. As always, we got Primetime Jay Leno in the building. And then on the ones and twos, we got Scranton. What? The Electric City.
That's so crazy.
We got Big AP. We got Big AP holding it down.
Big AP on the boards.
A Big AP holding it down. Man, welcome to the first episode of 2026. We were talking about it off mic, fellas. We're going to do that one of these weeks when it's a down week. We're going to just debate 2016 because you got this album right here. You got Coloring Book. You got Views. You got so many good albums from just this year alone. So many big blockbusters. And also just like albums of people that were emerging or young. Like that was such a great year, bro. That fed every part of rap. So we're gonna definitely be having that. But for now, we're gonna be doing forecasts. We're gonna be predicting because we're gonna pull up this tape at the end of the year and we're gonna see somebody in this building is gonna have the right picks. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know who it's gonna be. I don't know how it's going to go, but we are going to call our shots on 2026. So we'll start there, gentlemen. We'll start with the storyline you're watching for. So this is something that going into 2026, you are curious to see how this plays out. It could be an artist. It could be a collection of artists. It could be something about hip-hop in general. What are you guys looking forward to in 2026 as like a storyline to watch?
I think I want to see how the scene of Atlanta play out after the year just had, because it was very hectic for a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? You got Young Thug doing whatever back in the day. You got motherfucking people questioning Rollo. You got the motherfuckers on the outskirts too, like Woody and the other motherfuckers that was on the trial, Duke and all them. I don't think Duke told or whatever. I think it was some other shit, but yeah, it was just like a real spiral for Atlanta. So I really want to see, you know, how Young Thug and Gunna next project's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? 21 just dropped a nice project. I was fucking with that, but that and Uzi, I want to see, cause his last single he just dropped, I ain't seen nothing really but good feedback.
Came and went like the wind.
See, I saw people not liking it as much. I mean,
I didn't even see people talking about it.
I didn't really have too strong of an opinion on it. Like, I didn't think it was better or worse. But
I was seeing good feedback on that.
Yeah, I'm about to say I ain't seen nothing but good feedback on that
really?
song.
I didn't even see anybody talking about it.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of good shit about that.
Yeah. I didn't see, and
I didn't mind it.
And to add to your point too, sorry if you're getting there, but I just want to add to it because you just brought somebody up related. Is like you saw Cardi, and we on this platform last year had the discussions of like who's the king of Atlanta, you know, and that was a conversation that you yourself, you know, kind of bounced back and forth. So I think there's just like a real like kind of transfer of power. Future was inactive last year, right? So there's just like a lot going on in Atlanta, and Atlanta's been the city for hip hop for how long, gentlemen? It's been a very long time. So for me, I'm glad you wrote that because that was one of the things I wrote down too, was seeing that, because I feel like this year we're going to see some sort of shift in solidifying the power of Atlanta, like where it's going. Is Cardi going to kind of take the helm, and it's now like Cardi? Is it going to be Future kind of reestablishing things and being like, all right, here's how it's going? 21, 21, Thug, Baby, Gunna, like all of them, like where are they going to fall? Where are they going to fall in it? Is it going to be like a civil war? Are they going to be unified? They've always been unified, but now it seems like they're divided. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out, because Atlanta's what's been birthing a lot of the sounds of the last 10, 15 years in hip hop. So I think that's I think that's like probably the storyline that nobody's talking about that everybody should be paying attention to is that one right there. So I'm glad you brought that up. Did you have any kind of like prediction on that, or do you want to kind of save that for later?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, how do you predict that it's going to go for, because, with like what y'all already talked on already, and then not to mention, most people, mostly Atlanta rappers, like, 21 and goddamn, why am I forgetting his name? Fuck. Anyways, most of them start saying like, fuck the streets and whatnot. So, and the streets is, obviously where rap is resided at. So what?
Yeah,
what
I
do you
mean,
think they go
I
from there
really
for
only
that?
seen 21 and G Herbo say that. So
I think it was 21 G Herbo, and then why am I drawing a blank at this nigga name, bro? He went the scientist.
Doechii did say that too.
Doug with
Thug,
Maria
yeah,
the Scientist.
Thug
Yeah.
said it too.
Oh, I didn't see Thug say
I
it.
didn't see Thug say it, but I know
But
I
he
did see
could've.
Doechii say something about that. I don't know. I feel like I know for Young Thug, this his next album is make or break. You know what I'm saying? For if he gonna be hot, or not, basically. Because if he don't execute with this next project, then it's just like objective that he ain't got that spark no more. You know what I'm saying? After everything he done went through and everything we seeing unfold in front of us. So for Young Thug, it's definitely a make or break. I feel like the rest of Atlanta good though. Like 21, 21 Gunna, who else? Future. Like they are pretty much good. If it's really Young Thug who kind of like who dug himself a hole with the whole like no snitching shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like he really like the only one I see that got to like.
It's like at a like crossroads.
Yeah, like he really gotta figure out how to get us back tapped in with him after, you know what I'm saying, for one, the underwhelming album and just the whole shit he got going on just from his social media. So I don't know. That's the only thing I really see. Because the rest of Atlanta that like was snitching or whatever, like they're not rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's not nobody really gonna be paying
So-
attention to outside of music.
So do you think then it's still gonna kind of stay the powers of Access will be like then if Thug doesn't have it no more, is it just kind of Future or like can you see Cardi, somebody that does a totally different sound than Future, kind of starting to be like the main wave in Atlanta? Because more people sound like Future and Thug than they do Cardi in Atlanta.
Well,
But-
I
You
think
still got-
that's starting to shift. I think.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
what I'm
still-
saying.
You
Like,
still
do you,
got Gunna too, though. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta still got a lot of people that to fall back on, even like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So, like I said, Young Thug really the only one to like watch for real.
okay.
I think to your point, I'm glad you brought that up. 'Cause I was going to ask you, Gunna and Thug, right? I mean, it's the cliche, but Thug, I seen an interview talking about, he love him, he can't rock with him, same shit he been saying or whatever. But I do think next year, I think Baby's on the ropes. I think for a great
Yes.
album, I think it's like I was hoping he had a better year. I think he needs to have a good album. I do think Gunna and Thug gonna make a song together next year. Like I think, I don't.
There's too much like not ill will. You know what I mean? Like
I'm so sick of them
when they
saying,
talk about
like,
each
It
other.
seems just forced. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
could love a nigga and not fuck with him. Like that's just how life works for real. But I feel like not early this year. Well, obviously it's next year's now. But like I feel like at some point it's just gonna happen. That's just my take on it. And if that does happen, that's gonna probably bring everybody back to.
Well, you saw like even Banks, like somebody who's respected in Atlanta, like try to push for that reunion too. You know, like I think there's a lot of parties that want to see that together.
That
And
hate is fake to me. I don't.
Yeah.
Like if you don't fuck with him, don't fuck with him. But like every interview is the same shit. I love him, but I don't fuck with him. You don't gotta
Yeah.
keep saying that shit, bro.
exactly, and I feel like too, like when they broke it down, it was something where it was like when it came to Young Thug and Gunna, it was like it's been presented as like everybody knew that Gunna wasn't like necessarily quote unquote street, right? Like it was just that he was talented at music, he had ability, and Thug loved him, looked out for him, brought him around. So it's like when he didn't abide by the said street code, it's kind of like how mad can you be at somebody you you shouldn't have put those expectations on them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm curious to see. That was a phenomenal way to start, because I think that is going to be what Atlanta does because of how impactful they are with hip hop. I think that's going to be a big storyline to play out. Does anybody got another storyline they want to bring to the table? You got one?
I would like everybody to see everybody. It's wishful thinking, but I'd like to see everybody get off of Doechii's nuts. Like real shit. This is just. I feel like this shit is getting forced at this point. Like
Big Ben.
whether the industry plant shit's just getting old, bro. It's been since 2000. She's been dropping since 2020 or whatever. Before she even fucking got anything popping. Like I don't understand. That's literally the opposite of what an industry plant is. She didn't just fucking turn out overnight. You know what I mean?
So wait, so are you saying like you want like the hate to stop, or you're just like
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like everyone get off her nuts about being an industry plant when she could, because I like literally I feel like it's just hating a female in the space that's talking shit too.
Well, you know what? A lot of her is, before I toss to the panel. I think this is because I've thought about this situation a lot, and I really think that it's very simple if you're watching. She caught lightning in a bottle. That is exactly what happened. There was external forces. She was already putting the work in. She had records that were working before her quote unquote blow up, and she has obviously a powerful machine behind her, and she became the catalyst of the Drake Kendrick beef when that happened, and she put out an album. And remember, it did not sell well at first. And then I saw all of the pages that I'm not going to name, but like all of the pages that are pro Drake clowning it. And then that kind of caused the people that were on the quote unquote Kendrick side to rally behind it. And what do you know? Her numbers start going up. And then what do you know? They start putting her in a Jimmy Fallon appearance or a Jimmy Kimmel or whatever. And then this and that. And it was so like
yes,
she
but label push and industry plant are two very
exactly.
different
And that's what I want to like kind of just make clear to me is that to me she's not an industry plant by any means, but it's just the fact that she was lightning in a bottle. She perfectly captured the right moment, the right time, and she was just a byproduct of that. And now people are seeing that she does have the talent, she does have the charisma, and not that she's for everybody. I know that not even everybody on this panel rocks
that's
it.
the difference. I
but,
like hate or disliking her is one thing, but like the fact that it's a train right now.
Yeah.
That is just kind of getting old, because now that it's just getting stale, and like you cannot. Not all of these people have actually listened to enough of her music to declare whether this woman is ass or not.
She is not an industry plant, however, but I will say it's kind of crazy that she got like Woman of the Year or whatever she got. Like she got some very, very prestigious awards. She got Complex giving her the the 15th or 20th greatest female MC of all time, and she put out one project.
And I'll say that's crazy, but as far as the actual integrity of the music goes, I mean, objectively, she is not. There's a lot worse fucking people out there. You know what I mean?
And I think it's fair to like not like her, and I think it's fair to kind of question how much attention she has. But I'm telling you factually what it is she became the catalyst of the Drake and Kendrick beef. She became, or catalyst isn't the right word. She was the byproduct of it. She happened to be the next TD artist that released after the beef. She happened to inspire a lot of hate from one side, which then forced another side that wasn't even mobilized to then mobilize, because it's all politics. It's all bullshit now with this side, that side. And that's what caused this to become this. Like that's all it is with Doechii. So like, again, we can have our difference of opinions of how you feel about her, but I think that whole industry plant thing is stupid because she does have a catalog before then. And TD saw the fact that she was getting all this attention, all this mention, and obviously they put the push to her. And they believe in her because they obviously wouldn't have believed in her if they didn't sign her in the first place years ago. So, like, I think it's all just kind of marketing and stuff. I don't think it's an industry plant.
I'll be the opposite person with this one. I don't know her music, so like I'm not gonna just act like. But from what I did see when she first like popped off was like the Anxiety song, right? That song's everywhere for like a whole year. I still have not. I don't know any of her other music that was pushed out after that.
Well,
like,
she just released one song with SZA.
Okay, I know that. I just seen that.
But she's been chilling.
She's
been letting that cook.
TDE, right?
Yeah. She's a TD.
Well,
yeah.
Denial is a River got pushed pretty hard.
Yep. That one.
Like I'm assuming she's great because like I trust y'all opinion on her, but like I just don't. I can see the industry plant. Like I can see why they say
how, but when
Right.
she's got records from 2018, 2019, like an industry plant is to me. She had a few that here. I'll look it up to be factual, but I believe she had one charting song before her album, and the Anxiety song. Funny you mentioned that. That's a song, I didn't know this, as somebody that's been following Doechii for years. I've been saying for years that Doechii was, since 2018, 2019, I've been saying Doechii is somebody that I think is really talented, and I would love to see her reach her full potential. And apparently Anxiety, that song itself is like 4 years old and just got released. So like,
I didn't know that either.
she has like this type
it was
of
out 4 years ago.
So it was like kind of out. I have to like
leaked or
nobody has told me the real story on this,
All right,
but it's one of those things where like people have said like, no, this is a song that's been out. Matter of fact, it was like I knew that song was coming out weeks before it came out officially because they were like, yeah, this is an old song. And this is an old song. She used to apparently just like upload songs. Again, it's all fuzzy to me. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to.
It was originally released on YouTube in 2019.
Yeah. See. So like she's just had this kind of.
Talk about a song that she definitely don't got no sample clearance for that shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Which is probably why it was on YouTube and wasn't like professionally released.
And
And
that
then
was
now
a-
that she's got push,
the
they
main
decided to cross the T's, dot the I's,
And that got
clear
really
the sample
big
and
specifically
go.
because of TikTok too.
Yeah, not.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it. I'm gonna do my. I'm gonna do a little backtrack on that.
Would y'all consider Juice WRLD industry plant?
So I'm not as familiar with his come up as most people, to be honest with you. Like to be honest with
So
you,
like before what was it? Good Riddance. What was the his like first project that like popped off?
So the biggest, like the first song I heard him was the Sting sample.
yeah, that's Lucid Dreams. That's off Good Riddance, or maybe it was like before the album.
Like outside of that, that's the first thing I heard from him, and I thought that was like cold. And he just started like, I thought he was just like good for real.
No, Juice WRLD was tight. Yeah.
I don't think he was a plan.
No, that's the thing too.
What you
There's
think,
talent.
Ert?
I feel like that was kind of like plant vibes with Juice WRLD at least. I don't really know about Doechii, but Juice WRLD was just like that song was just like big. Soon as it like dropped, like it wasn't like no gradually, you know what I'm saying, getting pushed on to us.
I
That
heard
shit was
song
just
once,
big.
And it was,
Yeah,
was
and
a
it was
big
everywhere.
song, and it was
Yeah.
literally every song. I was just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
that's
he
definitely like industry plant type vibes. Doechii, I don't get the same type vibes from her because I feel like even like after she dropped Denial is a River, it was still like more of a gradual type build
up.
rather than just
Yeah.
straight big off
so,
top.
So for what I'm seeing is he came out in 2015 as just like independent, like SoundCloud, whatever. Then this is a deep cut. Got signed by Lil Bibby,
Hell yeah.
which I didn't know
You
that.
ain't know that?
Yeah, I think
No.
he's still signed
yeah.
to Lil Bibby to this day. Well,
Bibby got his
technically, yeah.
people right. Yeah,
But
Yeah.
then he also jointly signed with Interscope, and then the following year he released Lucid Dreams. So it was about 3 years of him like actively making music until Lucid Dreams.
I think after
went
that though,
crazy.
like,
But I still, but like when
but the way of how small it
yeah,
was.
I'm
to
just
how
saying
big
like
it
how
was,
like
yeah.
how the songs hit, like how they big songs first hit. Like I kind of just like you can kind of feel it when it's like more naturally like growing to people as opposed to just being thrown right in your face.
Like you know what? Y'all might not even know this song, but there's this top 40 song from like probably like 2 years ago. A fucking listenable pop song called like Victoria's Secret. And it's this random ass bitch who nobody's heard of. And I swear to God, like, because at my old job, this one kid used to play the top 40 every day. And this song was just back to back to back. And I'm like, who the fuck? I still don't even know her name. Who the fuck is this woman? How did this song get so fucking amped when it's not even a good song to begin with?
Yeah, no, I think that, there are such things as industry plants. I think they do exist. I've heard the theories that Travis Scott is an industry plant. Like, I've heard a lot of crazy theories. But to me, industry plant is, it's very hard to define. I know we've had that conversation. Yeah, I know we've had that conversation before. It does exist. I just don't think it applies to. I Doechii.
I kind of feel like I don't think Travis Scott like industry plant like on some how I just described Juice WRLD type shit, because like his first few songs wasn't like crazy big. Like when you watch his videos, bro, like literally his first few videos, them bitches just too demonic for you to just.
I know,
like just on some. These your first single type shit, like bro,
that be the industry play push, like like Mamacita and shit, like the music
upper
video,
echelon,
the music video for Upper Echelon where he's got like that mask on and shit,
nigga
Crazy.
burning and shit, all type of
exactly.
shit. I'm just like, bro, like that's definitely like them type vibes, like for sure.
Who would y'all say like is more in that realm of industry plant?
So the name that comes to mind.
Concrete?
Like if you
Like
if
somebody
you
if I
had to
was, like,
name somebody right now, it was like this is sure industry plant.
I feel like I got an answer, but I can't think of one right now.
4 bats.
100%.
Oh yeah,
Yep, there you. I think that's a good
there you go.
one.
Yeah,
That was
And that's like Jalen. I feel like you're good to talk about that too because you're
I'm
so
saying
involved in
Sexy
the R&B realm, like and shit. Like,
Sexy Red have music
is he
out.
still like even being respected as like a hot new R&B artist at the moment, or was that just like it came and went?
I think it would have a little buzz if he like announced an album tomorrow, but I don't think it'd be like that.
He a plant, bro. Because I think he dropped that one song.
Yeah.
I can't rap it. But
No, when your first song is with Drake.
And then the remix had Drake on it. Like, come on, bro. Like, like Block Boy JB type shit. Like he just
exactly
dropped the song and then
Was
Drake
Block Boy?
Block
Was Block Boy a plant?
He had Shoot.
Hell no.
No,
No,
Block
'cause
Boy
he had
Shoot first.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I
Shoot was
forgot about
before.
that.
Look Alive came after Shoot.
Yeah, you're right.
I forgot about
Yeah.
Shoot.
But it's like the Drake, like
He had like 3-4 songs that was
Yeah,
popping
like
at that
Rover.
time.
Yeah.
Before
Rover was
that
out
shit
too,
dropped.
But like I think for Bass, like I don't.
Yeah, nobody
And
knew
he
who.
signed to Drake now too. Like his career's over.
Well, that's what happened to I Love McConan. Got
Yeah.
signed to Drake and then we never heard from him again.
Bro, he's like a chef now or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I know. I think he did.
Yeah, he's like he
that.
works at a restaurant or something.
Yeah. Fuck. I was just gonna say someone on that same respect. Never mind. Come back to me.
No, you're good. I can't think of one. I can't think of one right now. I know Lil Nas X had the industry
I
plant
was gonna
song.
say,
but-
what do you think about like Sheck West?
Nah, Shaq had some shit, boy.
Because he continued afterwards, still after that, But I think that song did come out of nowhere. I don't know his prior career, so
I don't know. It's hard to define the term industry plant because sometimes people do just pop. Sometimes people do just pop up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. That's
because
why
not
that's
everybody
why
can
it's
exist in
arbitrary.
every bubble, but there are some people that definitely had quicker climbs than others. That's for sure.
So actually, ironically enough, just because it was so much like going on, especially with the whole Doechii and Aiden Ross controversy, I looked up the term, just industry plant, because I just want to like.
And it was Aiden Ross.
Yeah, no doubt. But I just wanted to be sure of like when people say industry plant that we actually understand what the term industry plant means. And it basically said an artist who seems to have an organic, rapid rise to fame and is secretly backed by major label connections, presenting themselves as independent, self-made success to appear more authentic.
Chance the Rapper. Joe Budden will argue to this day that Chance the Rapper is an industry plant because when Chance the Rapper had that coloring book deal with Apple, he was like, your first album, you got to deal with Apple. You are not independent. He's like, don't tell me you're independent. That's impossible. It was very funny. And Chance is like, no, bro, I was independent. I promise you. He's like, I called Apple. Joe's like, yeah, you call Apple. Yeah, I just fucking call Apple. Like, what are you talking about? That was a good conversation. But yeah, like that conversation. I know we're gonna have more of that conversation because whenever Doechii releases, if it is this year, that's gonna be a topic of conversation. Because
It's gonna be a tornado.
it's gonna be very interesting to see how she navigates that whole thing. And she tried to with the song, and I think she got the result she kind of wanted because Aiden Ross said what he said, and I'm not going into all that, but like then it became a conversation, and I think she understands the controversy and she leans into it, and I think that's another reason why she will continue to thrive is because she definitely seems like somebody that embraces controversy. She seems more like she's from the Doja Cat Kanye West tree than the Kendrick, I'm just gonna be silent, make music, and then leave. Like,
yeah, well,
but even Kendrick's
I
controversial
just
too.
don't like that
sometimes.
PC shit she be doing. Like, she'd be cool until like she started doing that PC shit. I don't like that shit.
What you mean?
Like when she was going off on Ada Ross, she just had to make it about her being a black woman or fucking the she said some weird shit about how she like her nigga. She basically like her nigga
she
gay.
only trusts bi men or something like that. Yeah.
bro,
Oh, that was crazy
I
too.
can't
Yeah.
stand- I don't like politically correct type people, bro. Like that shit just be irritating. Or fucking woke or anything of that nature. Like that shit is just beyond irritating.
Well, I think there's levels of it where, whether it's like earnest as opposed to like it seems like it's like grifting.
Yeah, because
You know
some
what I
people
mean?
are unproblematic. Like they really are.
Yeah.
I don't think she grifting. I do really think she believe like the shit she be saying and preach or whatever. Like, but
I think they're like part of
just
her
hate,
does believe
like-
that, but I
like
think
there was
there's
no
no
reason
just
to,
be like
to
rage
mention that
baiting.
you was a black woman about Ada Ross. Like we know that. You know what I'm saying? He never say anything about your race or black people in general. So
Well, that's
nobody
what-
do.
saying that.
That's where I
Huh?
Aiden Ross be saying all types of shit about black people.
What?
look if
What
we're
did he say?
gonna dunk on
No,
A.
what do you
Ross,
say?
if we're gonna dunk
No,
on,
no. What do you say?
all right, go ahead.
You
Well,
What do you say?
I was just putting out a disclaimer.
Hold on, real quick.
I was
What
putting
you
out a
say?
disclaimer. I wasn't saving him.
Go for
you
it.
act like you've never heard this man ever
What'd
talk
he say?
disrespectfully about black people.
Bro, what do you say?
You were protecting this man, and it's kind of
I'm not
weird.
protecting him. I'm just asking what he said. I mean, I just watch clips. I don't watch his whole thing or whatever.
Me
I don't be
neither.
watching. Well, what do you say though? Like,
Bro, I don't need to like,
You don't-
explain
you don't
something,
know,
but like
just-
you
that's what I don't like.
You do
people
need-
do
you
that.
do need to
I
have
don't like when
evidence,
people
yeah.
say that, bro.
Bro, but
Like,
don't act like you've never seen this man
I've
talk
never
disrespectfully.
seen him say anything
But
about
you're
black people
crazy.
for me
But
to-
you have to.
What did he say? That's what I'm saying. If you know something he said, just say what he said.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's
If you
it.
don't know it, though, so,
I'm
because
all
if you can't
for-
even source one, you making it seem like he said a lot of shit. So you can at least
But
give
he
me one
has
thing.
though. We all know this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're crazy if you're saying it. I'm not gonna look it up.
You
just
gotta
because
have
I don't spend my time looking at Aiden Ross or
I
checking
I
out what
feel
Aiden
you.
Ross
I
talks
feel you.
about,
But you
because I know he's gonna say some off the wall shit because I've seen it on social media.
Bro,
you
no,
gotta
don't,
have
bro.
though when you're presenting it. You gotta have proof. And look, I'm all for
And-
dunk on A. Ross.
and-
If we can do it, we can do it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
good
don't
with
like
it.
him either, but
I'm good with
I-
it.
yeah.
But if I'm being objective and fair here, the thing is like you can't say that and then not bring something to the table, like one or two things to the table about like specific examples he said. I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm not saying he hasn't said nothing crazy because again, I don't know, but I don't know because I don't consume that weirdo's content. But like, I can't you can't put that on somebody without proof. That's like I don't know. There's just so many analogies you can go with. You could say like, oh, like you killed this person, but there's no proof. Like there's a whole justice system that you're supposed to prove that somebody did something. Like just like me, integrity. Like you're gonna have to, if you're saying something slanderous about somebody, you're gonna have to prove it. So like I just feel like if you came with examples, that point would have landed. But
Yeah, I mean, I done heard him say a bunch of gay ass shit. Like, he was saying gay shit I don't like, but, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like his type of crowd type humor, so I let that go. I've never really heard him say anything disrespectful about, like, anybody race.
But I feel you on that, and that's where I've actually watched people cover the Aiden Ross thing, and I guess we're just gonna do this and then get it off real quick. But like I've seen people that I respect too, like take some of his comments and then go that way and go, you know, Aiden Ross. Now remember, this is a white man speaking on a black woman, and I'm not insensitive to those kind of conversations, but at the same time, technically what happened is Doechii put out a song. She made a very clear shot at Aiden Ross. And if we are all in the family of hip hop, why the fuck can't you respond? Now, I don't want Aiden Ross in hip hop. I don't respect any of his hip hop opinions. None of that. But if Doechii is doing this, is giving him this opportunity to respond, then he can respond. And how many times have we seen people, rappers or anybody in the space of hip hop, or just even expanding it beyond hip hop, just in pop culture, whatever culture, like respond, and maybe they take it to another level. And you know, and I don't know what Aiden Ross's comments were, so I don't know if he did or didn't, but to just frame it as again, keep in mind before I read these comments, this is a white man speaking about a black woman. I think you're already like aligning the listener or the viewer to a certain, like you're pushing them to a certain way to kind of think, and you're kind of using that as a defense mechanism, like you see Doechii, like you were saying, with the bringing up the black woman part. So I don't want to be insensitive to none of this because I'm very sensitive to all of it, but I do feel like at the very least, if somebody talks shit about you, somebody talks shit about any of us, you guys have the right to respond. And Jalen may say something crazy, and I may be like, Jalen, I wouldn't have took it that far, but it's not my right to not tell you how to respond. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you know, people have a right to respond to anything they're being attacked to. That is hip hop. That is at the bare minimum hip hop. And again, I hate saying that because I don't want Aiden Ross included in hip hop because I think he's terrible. And I haven't seen one good take from him when it comes to hip hop. But if I'm being totally fair, when people say something, when people send shots, people send shots back. Right?
For sure.
Am I wrong?
Statistically.
For sure. This is my problem though, with motherfuckers hating Aiden. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, like his voice never really mattered until the beef happened. You know what I'm saying? Then you got one side hating his opinion because he on the other side and this, that, that. They kind of like just reeled him into hip hop, and like people, I don't know, somewhat giving a fuck about his opinions.
Well, excuse me. Ironically though, that's Doechii though. You're describing Doechii too, right? Like how I just stated before. Part of Doechii's fame came from Drake hating, or the Drake side hating Doechii because of the TDE Kendrick affiliation. And now you're saying with Aiden, which I think is true and correct, that a lot of the Kendrick side hated Aiden because of his alignment with Drake. And by product, kind of made him a voice, right? Made him more popular, made his opinions draw more eyes when it came to the subject of hip hop.
Yeah.
So like to me, it's just, again, man, that man should have never had a platform, but that's a whole nother time. That's a whole nother time. But you're right though.
Yeah, but I lost my point.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. We didn't need to stick on that for too much. If it comes back to you, if it comes back to you, Isaiah, you got a storyline you're looking at for 2026? I almost said 2016. Man, what a time.
The only one that I really had, it wasn't about anybody. It was just mainly about like how the year of 2026 goes as a whole. This is probably going to be the year I just assume. Well, not assume. I'm predicting that this is going to be the year that rap evolves as a whole. You know, we're starting to see rap become a little bit more taken seriously in a way that a lot of people are just looking for more substance rather than just hearing the basic five, drugs, money, cars, clothes, and hoes. Mm-hmm. So I think we are now just looking for a little bit more from our artists. We're expecting a little bit more for our artists. So I think it's gonna this is going to be the year where, a lot of people are either going to have to come correct or get left behind.
Okay. I'm interested to see because it definitely did ignite that side. Like a lot of what's happening in 2026 stems from 2024, and and I hate to go back to it, but that is literally just a complete chapter marker in the history of the genre. And I do think that 2024 amplified a side or a voice, and to a level where now that is being pushed, and I think I'm interested to see if you're right on that. Like, I'm interested to see, is this a year where that kind of pushes back and reverts to what it's been, or if that voice's weight does carry?
Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be the end all be all. Like,
No, I know. No, you need both.
You need both. Like, it's no
Absolutely.
matter what. That's kind of just how hip hop is, bro. We niggas like to party and whatnot, but I definitely think being in the climate that we are in, just economically, people are looking for some type of like movement. Something to uplift themselves. So I think we're just looking for a lot more than just the same thing.
Okay. Dylan? No? Not buying it?
That's not for rap. No movements in rap. We already did that phase. I'm not like it's a great take. I just don't like the money, cars, and the hoes, and the ignorant shit. Like, given it's not all politically correct or right at all.
Well, at this point, that's just always gonna be a big chunk.
But
of
like,
hip-hop,
it's just rap. I don't.
Both sides. You
It's
need
either
both.
that or everybody getting Kangol hats.
Yeah, like we either gonna be out there marching.
Like ratchet rap is always pretty much gonna be the icing on the cake when it comes to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always gonna be front line of what's the show nowadays, because that's what charges the most if you really think about it. Like, just that type of music, that type of wave. You know what I'm saying? The real rap and shit, that's always getting overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it's always
Benny the Butcher is not gonna have no top 20 next year.
But it's always gonna they're both always gonna exist. Like, I think
no, definitely.
And I think that's where people I want to say go left.
But the thing is, like, it's a give and take. It's a give and take with like all this, because like the people who make those type of the party songs, they come and they go. You know what I'm saying? The real rappers, they got longevity. They rapping for 5 to 10 years on end. So it's like, yeah, even if you don't make the charts, like that's not the fucking.
Sci-Hi can drop an album today, and people will be excited for it, myself included.
We also, on the topic of what's changing in 2026, with the fact of how the streams counting in music is changing, it's like charts are going to matter even less and less and less. Yeah. You know what I mean? So honestly, if anything, hopefully that gives just more opportunity for people to kind of experiment more, try different things, not try and conform to something just because they might get on Billboard. Well,
I think.
But yeah, last thing was also, yeah, like a good example would be like, think like 2003. You had like like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys is the antithesis of like Jay-Z and Nas and shit like that in a lot of ways, of just like removing the seriousness of it and kind of just turning it into something fun, more of an event, more of a show, kind of thing. And it's just like, so yeah, that dichotomy has always been there.
And that's a great point, because that's kind of what rap is. I didn't connect this until you said it. That's what rap's being framed as right now, is like a lot of the lyrical rap the conscious rap that you're seeing. A lot of that's being presented as counterculture, as like, this is our time to like make our mark. Like, let's change the establishment. Let's get rid of what has been the debauchery of, of all of that. Like, it's
debauchery.
It's like one of those things where it's like that's how they're presenting it, though, right? Like, that's their case, and I think that's what they're trying to do. So it's gonna be very interesting to see if like how much shifts with it. At the end of the day, you're never going to have hip-hop without both. There's never been a time in hip-hop where neither has existed or thrived. And that's part of the reason why, not to make everything about Drake and Kendrick, but that's part of the reason why it was a two-person throne, is because it was like because you need both. You need the person that's the artist. You need the person that makes the bangers. You need both. You need the person that's omnipresent. You need the person that's present. So like,
I just feel like back then it was more of a balance as compared to now. That's my thing.
Because back then, think of like, the night, say Biggie versus
I
Tupac. Biggie was still conscious in a lot of ways, but who would you consider to be the party rapper out of Biggie and Tupac would be obviously Biggie. You know what I mean?
And they was both like,
I would say obviously, but you're right. Because Pac had every album he had party songs.
It's Biggie for sure, because Pac was more like on some.
Pac was way more
like
conscious
and
political.
Sure.
He was, but
about it.
Pac had a lot more party songs.
no, Biggie had more party songs, but Pac had party songs every album. Every album, though.
Which, like, of course, all rappers do. But yeah, in the scheme of it,
But it wasn't
who's
like a
more
Talib
conscious-
Kweli party song. It wasn't like a Talib Kweli party song where it's like, all right, dude, you're doing too much.
who's
It was
more,
like actually a
but
party
yeah,
song.
in the question of who's more conscious, Biggie or Pac, I think you're gonna say Pac, top
Yeah,
to bottom.
100%.
And yeah, so like you always are gonna have that duality.
Yeah, I agree.
But
That was a good one.
Pac got more songs than Biggie in general, so I wouldn't be surprised if he do got more party songs than Biggie. But if
Right.
it comes to song for song, he definitely got
Yeah,
more
no.
like
As
conscious.
far as like
Yeah.
what you, what,
Yeah.
even though
That's
we don't
why-
like to box people
yeah.
in, but what you would box either of them is and as next to each other.
That's why, like, I responded, and then, like, as my brain, like, kind of processed it, I was like, yeah, because I could see how they both do both. That's why they made the legendary status they did. But, at the same time, yeah, you did have your camps where Biggie was making more commercial friendly records more consistently than Pac, who was making more conscious records consistently than Biggie. But they both had both.
Right.
Biggie had Suicidal Thoughts.
Yeah.
Pac had I Get Around. So, but Joe, did you give your Yeah, go ahead.
My storyline for next year is Drake. I know that's kind of cliche, but it's not just because like the album, I guess you can say, as more so he's been delaying a lot of like the Iceman shit. I don't know how Iceman is gonna sound. I do think we need, as like a consumer base, we need a Drake album, not like the experimental Drake shit, like just pure like Drake, like just get on there and start rapping, like do what you gotta do for real. But I just want to see like what happened, because like he been doing the promos and the streams and whatnot. Like he didn't drop it last year. He turned 40 this year. Like this might be the last album you got to Drake. You never know. I don't. You
setting up a lot of things that we're gonna talk about in this pod.
It might be the last album you got to Drake, and if so, for a minute, if he does decide to do that, and if it goes well, I think like he may kind of take that first break if it goes well. But I kind of hope it goes well, because like the disrespect is crazy.
I agree. Hey,
Come on,
it's interesting because
She was just in the show.
He was. Yo, no, I got guys.
Yeah,
I got
was that-
guys
was
that
that?
shit cracks me
is
up.
that where that's
He
from?
said Guy Fieri.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. He is funny at
He
being.
said, he said, really? You got guys outside? Because I just walked outside.
You
I
know what
didn't
I
see no
think
guys
of
out there.
when I think of his best acting performance? I think of it. This is a ridiculous take, but the No Guys music video where he's like he's not gonna outdance Chris Brown, but he's just gonna be goofy.
Oh yeah, I know. No, that was a really
That was
fun
funny
peel
as
back
hell.
the curtain
Yeah.
video.
Drake, to me, I like that you brought that up. I counted on somebody bringing that up as a storyline. To me, it's interesting because like it is definitely a crossroad for him, and I will stress what I have always stressed for a year and a half, that I believe that this album is going to be one of his best albums, because I think that he is somebody that does well when the pressure is mounted against him. I think you look at all the most pressured points in his career, and you look at the album that followed it, it was always good. Nothing was the same after the emergence of Kendrick and the Conversations. You have Scorpion after the battle with Pusha T and everything going on there. He has always kind of responded at the pressure points of his career. That being said, though, to be fair, he has dropped 42 songs since the battle, which a majority of it is the album with Party Next Door. But he has dropped. But
He said, "Wait,
he's dropped his little records that he leaked out. He's dropped the a couple features here and there, and so it all adds up to 42 songs. I sat there and I counted out. And so it's not like he hasn't put out music, because we have this conversation all the time of like, man, it feels like Drake is gone. It feels like Drake isn't dropping music. He has dropped music. It just hasn't stuck as traditionally as Drake records normally do. Now, what I will say is that I don't think he's dropping his best shit. I think he's just putting shit out there. I don't think that anything we've got is what he expects to be his best. I think everything, even What Did I Miss, the Central C record, Nokia, I think he made Nokia in his sleep. I think that's the type of talent that Drake is. So like I'm looking at this as okay, this record is going to have a lot of weight, but it is interesting because we have seen Drake drop a lot of music and it hasn't charted as well. And I go back to the Search and Destroy record, which I hated. I hated that record. And
Search and Rescue.
Or Search and Rescue, sorry. Yes, thank you. Search and Destroy. You need to search and destroy that record is what they need to do.
What class are you using? You a
But
sniper?
Search and Rescue, that record, I thought was terrible. It debuted number 1. And that showed me right then and there that Drake is bulletproof. It doesn't matter what Drake does. Everything is gold forever. That's it. Since then, he hasn't had a number 1. And again, I don't think he's putting his best effort forth right now. I think he's got a single in the tuck that's going to be number 1. I think that's coming. I think that's coming early 2026. But right now he doesn't have that. And so it's going to be interesting to see because he's not charting the way he normally charts. So you have this whole crowd that says Drake is dead. And then you have a lot of people like myself and Kuz saying, can't kill Drake. Drake is Drake. You can't kill this guy. He's gonna be fine. But now this album is going to be our chance to see. I don't expect Drake to sell under 300,000. I don't expect Drake to not debut number 1 when he drops. But is Drake gonna do the 600,000 that he's done before? Is Drake gonna do this? Is Drake gonna do that? No. And then I think it's going to be very interesting where everything falls with Drake of, okay, has he fallen off? Probably not. To me, that's like a 0% chance. Is there, or I should say, is he gone? Is he cooked? Is a 0% chance. Has he fallen off? Okay, maybe he dropped from 500,000 first week, doesn't matter what I do, to 300,000. I got a number 1. It charts better than almost every album that year, but it doesn't have the same numbers that Drake normally has. Maybe. So that's why Drake to me is curious, is because we're gonna see, because he's made his whole career as a numbers guy, and so now we've set up, and now with the Billboard numbers changing, which coincidentally is changing, and I'm not saying that like it's changing just because of Drake. It's not, but the reason they're changing those numbers is because they want baseball to have steroids, essentially. They want everybody's numbers to be inflated because people care about numbers. So it's going to be very interesting to see where things fall with Drake, like, and the conversations that follow. But I think this album is a legacy album, but I don't think that means that Drake is cooked by any means. I think this album is just going to be very important to his legacy for the reasons you said. Like, this could be his right off to sunset. He's been telling us for 2-3 years he doesn't want to rap. He was telling us, man, there was a leaked text saying, I feel like I'm a slave to Live Nation.
Just know, all them people out there that was saying he can't go number 1 again, just watch. Everybody's saying, oh, he can't go number 1. Eric Vincent.
I will bet everybody. I will bet anybody that wants to bet me. Open bet. Find me. I will bet my life savings with you. We can agree before the Drake album drops, or else it's not valid. We could bet my life savings that Drake is going number 1.
I bet that bitch no more than an hour. Literally.
It is interesting too to see who's gonna stand by him in this album too.
I hope he don't. I don't want to see no 21 on there, and that's not 21. I just don't want to see it, bro.
Because we already know. We already know you're standing by him. We already know.
I just don't need to. We know that's your home. That's your boy.
You can count on 21 being on there for sure.
I don't need 21.
I mean, I feel like he would.
After as many people he didn't fell out with, there's very few motherfuckers that's about to be on there, and I think 21 will be one.
I think he will be, but it's also like, yeah, we have heard so much of Drake and 21 together in the past however many years that it's like, I want to see who else he collabs with on that, you know?
I don't even know him in Future.
That's where I think the surprise is coming. I think if he does that, that's like an uncredited
nasty,
Future.
Boy. Who do y'all think, like, who else would be on there, though, I think, even singer-wise, anybody, who would y'all even, I don't think he got that many,
I think Nicki would be there if he wanted her.
Nah, she too far off the cut.
Her publicity right now is.
That's not. He not gonna.
I know. I said if you want her. I said if you want her. Who else I think would be there?
You might put Wayne on.
I want to drop that song with Lil Uzi. Well, I done heard that shit many times already.
At the gates, bro. We still in big 2026 talking about at the gates. That was like 20.
Got the vinyl and everything.
But
that was
20,
like
a new
18.
song with them two would be straight.
I don't want to see Travis either.
Yeah, I don't want to see Travis.
Well, they hate Travis.
I don't want to see Travis in 2026.
No, I don't want to see him
at
all.
all.
No, I think he would. I think he would stand by.
I like Travis. Hold on.
If Travis just fell back off the music scene for a minute, I think that would be
on.
great for rap music.
It would be best.
I fuck with
That'd be
Travis, but I
great
don't want to
for
see
rap
him on
music.
there, bro.
I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
I think that's the party we need to watch die.
Yeah.
If you ask
So
me.
we're not putting that in the Hall of Fame. No, we're putting that in the Hall of Fame.
Fuck no.
Trav gotta go, bro.
All right. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. We'll get to prediction times when that Drake album comes because it's coming this year. All right. So if I'm gonna just do mine quickly and then we'll move on to the next one. You kind of alluded to it. To me, it's Is Uzi cooked? He debuted a song that came and went. His last couple projects have slipped. He's even gotten backlash from his core fan base. And Uzi has to right the ship with his next project. He absolutely has to right the ship because he, to me, is one of the, if you are putting them objectively out there as one of the most talented hip-hop artists, bar none. Because he can go reinvent himself as a rapper tomorrow and do nothing but gritty, hard lyrical raps, and that would work. Or he could go give you an Miguel indie alternative album, or he could go do a pop album, or he could do an R&B album. Uzi is one of those people that is truly the most talented people, one of the most talented artists in hip-hop. So,
I mean, but...
he's only 30. So I feel like the pivot is coming at some point, and I think it has to come right now.
But
I think he has to make the pivot.
He's been trying this, though. He tried it with that fucking, what was it called? Pink
Tape?
Or Pink Tape. Yeah, that shit was ass, bro. I'm sorry.
It was.
Like, yeah, and so, like, that's like...
But
so,
he dropped it, and he was independent after that.
yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying is, I mean, this is from a subject.
But then he dropped Eternal Take 2, and that was dog shit.
I thought Eternal would take it before Pink Tape.
Eternal Take 2 was after Eternal, because remember he dropped Eternal Take 2. Eternal Take was good.
Wasn't the next thing supposed to be? Is it Love Is Rage 3? Hasn't he?
I think
talked
he's
about
been
that?
teasing that, yeah.
But the thing is like, see, that's the only thing I'll disagree with is like, to honestly, like when he tries other things, it doesn't really always go that well.
I think he hasn't found it, but I think he has the ability to make almost anything work, and I think that's what's been disappointing about these recent releases.
So what do y'all think is Uzi's issue right now?
Direction and dedication without knowing him.
That's what I was.
Without knowing him, because I don't like to comment on other people's work ethic that I don't know. But
I'd say direction in that he like his, you know, I love like trying new things, but also, it seems like he's constantly trying to reinvent himself in a way.
Well, Okay, so here's the thing. I think Pink Tape is terrible, but I do think he tried to do something different. Eternal Take 2 is terrible, but he didn't try to do anything different. That was just lazy, garbage music.
Wait a minute.
Oh, here we go.
I actually the Pink one. So I was there when he I think he had just dropped it. I think I was in Miami when he dropped it. I didn't like the whole
Subtle flex.
You know, I didn't like the whole.
It was Tuesday.
The whole Rockstar. I didn't like the whole Rockstar. That's what I just when a Rock was on there, like that was cool. But like EA2, I don't think EA2 was like awful. It was they had the Perky Sex on there, Perky Chill Bay, whatever. It had like.
Wait, I thought that was on
I think
Eternal
Chill-
Take
Chill
2.
Bay, yeah.
Or was
EA2
that?
had,
No, that was
Perky
Eternal
Sex,
Take 2. Yeah, Chill Bay was the only song I
Chill
liked.
Bay was cool to me.
Yeah,
but
that was cool. That was cool.
No,
But that was 1 for 18.
also I think Uzi just
That's Tobias Harris field goal percentage.
he won't be here much longer. But I think Uzi having a baby syndrome, bro. I feel like they had like that crazy run when they first popped out, and I was just like, what else do we want to see from Uzi?
Okay.
That we haven't already seen. From
But
Uzi?
here's the thing. Uzi's
but
skill
different
set
thing-
is way different than Baby's. Like, Baby has been making one type of record for 8 years.
That's true.
Uzi has
had more.
Uzi has versatility. He did Shells where he just popped off and just rapped his ass off, and it was everybody's like, "Whoa!"
R&B Uzi, bro.
And yeah, again, I'm saying he could do R&B Uzi, he can do pop, he could do rock Uzi maybe. Well, actually no, because that was probably kind of Pink Tape, so I'll probably say let that boat go. But he could do indie alternative. He could, bro. Like if he works with Tame Impala tomorrow, I'm not surprised, man. Like this guy with Uzi, that's why I like to bet on him is because one, he is genre bending. Two, he's only 30, guys. And 30 is young. I just want to put that out there. 30 is young. 30 is a solid age.
Thank you.
30 is a solid age. You're still young. You're still hip. You're still cool. At 30 though, like man, like think about it though. He's got so much time to make a pivot and make it work. He's still young enough to where he's still kind of connected to what's going on. So I just feel like Uzi has to deliver though something this year, or else me being somebody that thought Uzi had the world at his hands I'm gonna have to let that dream go, and I'm just gonna have to realize that he doesn't. But as of right now, I still stand that he does. All right, let's do this. What's one album you need this year? We can make this one quick.
Drake.
Dangerous Life.
What y'all say? What was the question?
What's one album you need this year, 2026?
Well, man, if you know me, you know. Real Twizzy shit, man.
Real
Real
Twizzy
shit?
Real Twizzy shit.
I figure if life is in the title, it's got to be something. It's got to be a heat album.
you should have do that. You gotta ask,
No, but
man.
I didn't see how it was spelled. I didn't see it with all the little
Yeah,
extra shit.
if
I
it's a
didn't see-
Y,
I
yeah.
didn't know it was LYFE.
Most of the time I see it, it just say ADL. So, but I just know it's a Dangerous Life. So.
You just picked up on that. You just understood that.
Real
Yeah.
Twizzy shit, man.
All right. I actually had Yeet on my list.
I'm gonna go with V's. I need a V's album. I just need one.
When was his last album?
Like
Shit.
2022.
2022.
Maybe
Oh, really? It was
2021.
that long?
That was Ganger.
Was it?
That was Ganger, right?
Oh, might have been.
No, that was like 20
2023.
Wow.
It's between 2022
You
and
know,
2023.
He hasn't dropped
V-
some
V's
since.
take breaks,
He's been popping on features
No,
and
he-
stuff, but
yeah,
he
but
hasn't
that-
dropped the
that's
album.
just-
Wow.
That's just V's though. V's,
Yeah.
you know, the last album he dropped, that was 2023. Yeah, so that was 2
Okay.
years ago. I think I want to see V's kind of like,
You said it was 2023.
yeah, I want to see V's album. I know how Bird, you know, he followed V's a lot, but I still think he might be the best rapper in the city. Like,
I'm not
just
mad at
off
that
of what he
argument.
does, like we've said this 100 times, but him with a full album, some features, some good features. Not, I don't want to keep seeing, you know, Baby and Rilo. That's cool.
V's got enough power to get some
But I want to see some
top
some
tier
hitters.
features too,
He
for
did.
sure.
He did have, I mean, on Ganger, he had good features. He had Babyface and Icewear, but that's really the only. Other than that, he had
No, he can get some.
he had
bigger
Uzi,
shit.
Lucky, and Yachty on it.
I need some bigger like
He can
features
get
for
some
that.
bigger
Yeah.
shit for sure.
And I know he can get it too. 'Cause I think like
Like Future,
He could.
He can get a future
he
verse.
get
It's time.
future,
Yeah.
He can get a future verse. Nah.
I think it's gonna be crazy too in the drop. I think he gonna have that, and people gonna like no V.
Oh yeah, Lil Uzi was on Ganger too.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I
he
I
mentioned,
said,
yeah.
I said Uzi, Yachty, and Lucky.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
that's what
V's is my person for
Uzi's
sure.
pretty big.
Okay.
For
I really
yeah,
like
for
that
sure.
answer because you know why I like
I'd say
that
Lucky's
answer
up there, too.
is
I said,
that
and Yachty. I think they all.
Yachty for sure. Yeah.
I thought
don't know
he
about
dropped more
like
recently than
Lucky,
he
though.
did.
No, he dropped the shit.
So, like-
He dropped Signed a Napkin. That was crazy. He dropped Low. I think it was
Yeah.
He dropped Low. That was cool. He just don't be giving a fuck, man. Like he don't like to drop.
Yeah.
He got a lot of features.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
But also
Um,
that has been
Last
proven
year.
to be like as far as Detroit music goes, is like a lot of people have a tendency to overdrop, and then
No,
then you
he
end up
perfect
losing
with
shit.
that, yeah.
So I'm not mad at him taking some time, you
No.
know. But it is also now we're at 3 years. So.
Unless you
Yeah.
Bodie, I don't need 10 albums.
That was what I was gonna say. What I'm excited for.
I don't need 10 albums from V.
I'm excited for Boldy.
What AP is excited for is 10 new Boldy James albums.
what is your excited for?
Well,
Is it A$AP Rocky?
I'll say mine's kind of generic. Yes, I said Rocky because I won't believe it until it's actually released.
Fair.
I mean, I know, I'm pretty sure it's coming, but of course that.
I love that you say I'm pretty sure.
I'm still.
I feel you. I feel
until
you.
it's here, I can't be 100% sure.
I feel it.
And then I mean the rest of mine are pretty. I feel like pretty like tame takes overall. One, we know we're getting the fall off this year, so that at least it's been teased. J. Cole did that. He just did a little teaser promo thing the other day for it.
He's been doing teaser promos for 8 years.
I know, but
Pissed.
he specifically did.
He specifically said this time, okay?
Yeah, he said, "Guys, I swear."
I swear. Be ready.
And then, yeah, I'm really excited to see Drake's album, whatever it ends up being. Then once again, I mean, I know that this is all wishful thinking. This is what it is.
Okay.
So it's like I am curious because I mean, there's a lot of talk again about Frank Ocean. I want to see if that actually happens. You know, I mean.
I just kidding. I'm hating. I'm hating.
And then, yeah,
I'm
to
hating.
see,
I'm
to
hating.
see what
Fingers
Kendrick.
I'm
crossed,
joking.
To see what Kendrick actually does. Actually, you know what? Now would be a
Kendrick's
really
gonna
good
drop
time to
this.
bring up that I had a notification set on December 31st that says Platte said J. Cole would drop the fall off by the end of the year or he owes me $5. So I will be taking that by cash,
Damn,
credit, or whatever the fuck you want.
That's a crazy pool.
I got you on layaway for $1 a month. We'll be square by May.
I got Klarna.
We'll be
Yeah, no,
square
we
by
good.
May. All right.
That was
That was a
like
great
It
poll.
was like a
It
September.
was probably a podcast.
It was a September episode, and we said, "All right, $5," and I put it in my calendar at that
That's
moment.
If you got a common name, send me a common name. If y'all got Klarna,
Fuck.
I need all common names.
Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
that on that.
All right.
That sounds self-incriminating.
Yeah. I feel like
Oh,
the fall off, man. I would just keep it brief. It's time. You know what I mean?
it's time for him to fall off.
You kept going as long as you can. In fact, you've probably done this too long. And I think that's why you're at the position you're in. And I think that, you know, again, if you're telling J. Cole's history and he drops this album in 2023 as opposed to 2026, I think things look very different for J. Cole than they do right now. But that being said, at this point, you could say that it's late on arrival. It's bordering detox. You can't say it's early. Like, this album
No.
has been teased since literally
Like 2018.
2017.
Yeah.
So
It was supposed to be like I think he teased it with like KOD.
he did.
Yeah.
Intro to the Fall Off is the last record on KOD. So it's time. But mine that I'm gonna go with, and I knew nobody in the room was gonna have this, but I know somebody should.
This probably has.
The Nick Grant.
Jay-Z.
Oh,
Now apologize. Now everybody apologize.
sorry.
Everybody
No, yeah.
everybody apologize for putting Jay-Z in that realm.
I thought it was gonna be a little baby. So
Jay-Z. Look, Nas dropped like 7 albums, dog. You got to do something. Fight back. You can't just do God
Back
did.
for what?
You can't. Hey. Hey, you're blowing it,
Oh
man.
my
I'm trying
God.
to get us a Jay-Z album. You're blowing it. You're blowing it. I'm telling you, man. You can't just have Nas drop like 7 albums and then you just do God did. Like, you gotta do more.
That guy did hell a lot more weight than them last 7 albums. A lot more weight. If you
How many Nas albums has God did
that
clear?
guy did versus like 3 Nas albums. Dead ass. Remember all the King's Disease, all of them. God did.
Well, what are you gonna do about Magic though? You gotta do something.
He good, bro.
Oh my
He
God,
got like 2 or 3 more years before I start getting tired of waiting. If he can give me like good 3 more 4 verses, yeah.
Yeah, just sprinkle him in.
Yeah,
That's
sprinkle
all.
him in
That's all.
throughout
I
the years.
Because Hov is well, he 56 right now, right?
Shit, yeah, gave us Talk
Oh.
Up. I was
No,
happy
Hov-
with
he
that.
56.
I ain't
So,
like that Love. What was that song on Certified Lover Boy? I ain't like that verse.
Oh, Love is all.
Yeah, Love is all. I ain't like that
I
song.
think Hov can do it though.
Wait, was Talk Up the one on Scorpion?
Scorpion.
I fucking love
Talk
that song.
Up was
That
great.
It
was tough.
It was like
That
Take
song
Me
was
at first
tough.
and shit.
I ain't on the gram you recorded
it's
who
a
I am.
classic,
That shit was
Say it's a
tough.
classic.
I like
was tough.
Scorpion.
Say it's a
I
I never
classic.
said Scorpion was ass.
I like Scorpion got some hits on there,
I
dog. But no, I think Hov can do it.
Yeah, I think Jay-Z could deliver a good
because,
album.
Like he's almost. I think Hov at this age. I think Hov can do it at this age. My bad. Let me clarify, Chad. Rock, don't come for me. You ain't got to send a chain to my house if you don't want to. But no, I think like him being almost 60. I think like go like 3 stacks, right?
Yeah.
You know, not like comparison, but him saying that he doesn't have nothing to talk about, giving there on different type of levels of of fame and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think if anybody can drop a great album at that age, like in this time period, like I think I don't think M can do it. I don't think M could do that like Jay-Z probably could right now.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
a full-fledged like great album.
I don't know if y'all want to count it, but he low-key did drop the project with Beyonce, a joint album.
Oh, the Carter.
The Carters.
Was
And
that after? Oh, that was
That
after
was after.
444.
And,
that was a year after,
that-
though.
And he did a bunch of shit with Jay. I don't know if that was a joint album or not, because I ain't really
With
listened
Jay
It
to
was
Electronica.
basically a joint
Yeah,
album.
but he was more of an executive.
It was more like
producer.
I'll save you.
Yeah.
It was more like I'll throw the life rap. Here
I
you
don't.
go,
I
buddy.
don't consider either of those to be true Jay-Z albums.
I agree.
You know.
I like the.
We
the
can do that with
Carters.
Jay-Z. Can we do that with Drake, too? So now niggas be like,
What?
you hear what you just said?
He said
No.
we can't count those albums for real.
Oh. What albums are we not trying to count of Drake's? Like a lot.
I don't know.
What, some
His
some
collab
sexy
albums,
songs
his
for you?
collab albums be fire. So really, like, I can't even say that.
We almost.
I
I don't really
was-
like
I was
the party next
thinking
door,
of-
The
for
only
real.
one that
I
I
was thinking
remember
of
really
his-
off the Carters is what was it? Spend that money fast ago.
I know Ape Shit.
Ape Shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ape
That's
Shit.
the only
Yeah.
one I know.
That's the only one I know.
They had the
That's the
Migos on
only
there.
There was
one I know.
another
Yeah.
one I liked.
Yeah,
but
there
I
was a
never liked
reference
it
track
again.
or
They
something.
had
Yeah.
the Migos in the background. And shit.
Yeah. No, that one. I remember the one. It was like, man, can't even. Never mind. I don't remember it actually. Thought I did. Oh well. That album was not that memorable, but yeah, it's time, Jay-Z. It's time, Jay-Z. Don't listen to what these haters are saying. I believe in you, Jay-Z.
Who here?
I believe in you. Don't listen to all of these haters. I, Chris Platte, believe in you,
Jay-Z's
Jay-Z.
the biggest fan in this room.
The Barbs. Them the haters. They hate
Those the
Jay-Z
hate-
guts.
yeah, those the haters.
They
Those
hate
are real
Jay-Z
haters.
guts.
All right. The 2026 MVP will be blank. Who wants to go? I got 3 takes loaded. I'm going to take whatever's left.
I think Top got a real good chance to be MVP next year.
Top Dog Entertainment.
Come on, man. Stop doing that, bro.
Squabble.
I'm not gonna
You
lie to
say
you. I
that
thought
shit
he
when
said.
he
I
talk.
thought the same thing.
Don't say that shit when I
Shout
talk.
out to that dude, man.
But young boy, I think young boy got a good chance of being MVP this year. Especially if he do another successful tour and probably drop like another solid project or two. He got the opportunity.
Sorry, I got distracted by
That
that.
nigga opened
I'm
a
sorry.
diary,
Yeah.
motherfucking.
You gotta check the notes.
MVP. I mean,
I think that's a great pick.
Obviously, Drake could be one too. But that's Drake. They ain't even no need to explain that. Who else?
It's all right. You had to go with NBA YoungBoy. I'm rocking with that one because I think
Alright.
I think coming off the tour he's good.
Anything else you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I see you struggling. I'm doing the Jay-Z. I'm throwing you a life rap, Jay Electronica. But I think that NBA YoungBoy is a great pick though, because I think of how many people probably went to that concert just because there was hype. They weren't necessarily NBA YoungBoy people, and now you got that audience plus your core audience that you've been feeding off of for years. Like, you have real momentum now to where the next album that you drop, he's always charted well and, like, you know, sold well and all of that stuff. But now, like, so much of being a big rap star or a big music star is having that core audience, that grassroots fan base is what they call it. And you get that from touring. And so I think NBA YoungBoy is in a prime position to, and you know NBA YoungBoy is going to drop like 3 albums this year. So if he's going to drop 3 albums after an arena tour, arena tour, right? Not stadium. I always mix up which one is bigger.
Yeah, you're supposed to be at LCA.
Yeah.
The stadium
Yeah.
tour is bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
Stadium
So
tour,
so
stadium
the
being, football.
so the arena tour is like, dude, how many rappers arena tour right now? There's not that many. It's like less than 10. So I think that's a great pick for MVP. I think that's a great pick for MVP. Somebody got another one?
I picked Doechii.
Okay.
Just specifically, just how she's been moving lately, man. She's leading. I think she's leading this generation, just as far as like how big she is. Her following is huge. Her style, the way she rap, everything like that. You know, she's definitely showing us that she has the potential to be, you know, one of the greatest rappers, you know, in this generation. Easy. Don't come at me, yo.
I already knew he was gonna clean it up. He wasn't about to say nothing too crazy.
No. Just like for this generation, she's definitely coming. She's coming.
Oh, you
she's
talking
on the
about that
she's
industry
on the
plan?
route of she's on the route of trying to get to the top with by any means necessary, and she's gotta, like you just said, her cult following is definitely gonna be the ones to help her get to that point.
Well, you know what? I did several takes, and I'm glad that you brought that one up. I was counting on you to bring that one up. I didn't land on this one because I don't truly believe that's who the MVP will be. But I test drove the Doechii take. I wrote it out in my head. Okay, the reason she's gonna be MVP is because she's gonna drop her album. It's gonna get a ton of momentum. And not to mention, what has she been doing since she dropped her last mixtape that was really promoted like an album, is she has been doing nothing but touring. And I just talked about with NBA YoungBoy. Build that grassroots, build that core audience, that following, so that when the time comes, you strike. Obviously, she's got the connections. She's doing Lucy's with SZA. Like, she's got everything at her hands that she wants. So I think she has a very good case for MVP if she chooses this to be the year. And I think they will choose for this to be the year, because I don't think you want to go more than like 2 years after your project leading up to this quote unquote debut album, which is how it will be sold to us. Like, if anything, it would be like early first quarter 2027 if you want to like set up to have like a whole year planned out. But I think that I do think that she is coming this year, and I think that's a take that I think a lot of people will have, especially if she drops her album. I feel like it will be forced, it will be controversial, it will be hated, but I think she could definitely be the MVP of 2026. I can absolutely see that, because there's a lot of people that want to champion her, and there's a lot of momentum behind her right now.
There's a lot of people that want to see her
I
downfall.
just don't see
True.
it. Like to be the most valuable player, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, in context, you know what I'm saying, obviously of hip hop. I just feel like you
Okay, not to be funny, because I don't like to always make this an example, but this is the first example I thought of. But, like, if you're giving MVP awards, would you have given the MVP in 2012 to Kendrick with Good Kid, Mad City? I feel like you would have.
2012. My
I
favorite
can't even
year
think
in
of
hip-hop.
2012, all the albums and all the people in
2012.
2012.
I guess 2013.
I know that's a like unfair question to like put you on the spot, but like I feel
would
like
have to- I
I
would
feel
have
like
to-
if
I
you
would
have
have
a
to see
very
this.
big debut album, like it's just that year gets marked as like you, because everybody loves the new person, right? Like
So this would be her debut album coming up.
yeah, this is how it's gonna be
she
marketed.
hasn't released
Okay.
a debut yet.
This is
Okay.
how it's gonna be marketed.
Did-
Now,
but-
technically, she did drop this project that they called a mixtape, but they did that
Alligator
slick
Bites,
shit.
It's a mixtape. It's an album, but it's
Bro,
a
you're clearing
mixtape.
samples. It's a fucking album. I don't want to hear
it's
it.
an
I don't want to hear it. But
But
they're
it's-
gonna do that trickery so that they can present her as fresh, as new as
It's not labeled as a major label
Yeah.
debut.
exactly. So like that's where I would kind of like ask you that question of like if a debut album gets knocked out of the
See,
park, which is
and
a
I
high
can-
standard,
I'm
then that
good
could
with,
be an
with
MVP.
Good Kid, Mad City being MVP 2012, because you know what I'm saying, like he really had like the culture really like singing tracks from his album, like you know what I'm saying. Poetic Justice was really one of those, like
one of those ones.
what's
Yeah, one of
that
those records.
fucking song called
The Janet Jackson sample.
with the video.
Swimming pools.
Swimming Pools.
Yeah.
Swimming Pools was one of
That
them.
song was fucking huge.
That was
year.
a big ass song. So like Kendrick, like that shit makes sense. Like for him to be MVP that year. What's the one song? Mad City. That was a
Yeah,
that was a
Mad,
big one up
Mad
there.
City as well.
Yeah.
Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was pretty big too. I mean, there's a lot of big songs on
It was
that
a
album.
lot of
Backseat
big songs
Freestyle
up
had
that.
the niggas.
Backseat Freestyle, yeah, all that.
And
shit.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that she'll.
Money Trees, yeah.
Yeah,
He
so,
really did that.
like,
That is
That's like almost undeniable.
and
you know what I'm saying?
that's the one
Yeah.
album that nobody, as far as Kendrick goes, really denies. Is like that was a fucking absolute
Yeah.
monster of an album.
And that's where I was going with it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be MVP, like you kind of gotta be
Deliver
on that
that.
level. Like you
Yeah.
gotta be undisputed. Like nigga, you compare this album to the albums that came out this year, bro. Like it's obviously this is the album of the year.
The
you know what I'm
crazy
saying?
thing is, it's just again.
You're right. You're right.
As this conversation goes in hip hop, is that it's so much. You haven't seen an album that has 7 like hits on it, like back to back. That like they could be all bangers to you or to the fan base, but that really transcend into like people end up knowing them. You haven't had that in a long time. I'm not saying Kendrick was the last one, but I'm saying like it's a lot harder to do nowadays because again, disposable.
Yeah.
Shit is just
Yeah.
it comes and goes so quickly.
I agree. Yeah, that would be the case is if she drops one of those. Like it has to be not only a good album, it has to be one of those ones for her to win MVP. But I think that pathway is there just because of the momentum that's behind her and the push that's obviously behind her. But you're right. It has to be like undeniable, one of those ones, 5, 6, 7 joints that everybody's rocking with. That's charting well. All of that stuff. She's touring all year, making noise. All of that. That's what it would have to be for Doechii to be MVP. So I did test drive that case, but I didn't. But I actually landed on somebody else. But before I get to mine, what's your MVP 2026?
So I mean, we're not. It's not a lot of time. It's arbitrary. I don't really have a particular person in mind. What I want to see is who the next sweeping force is, because right now we're at this point where like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure everybody in the, but I've seen a lot of what like the underground is right now, and that the style and the shit, it's never going to completely be mainstream. It's too out there. You know what I mean? So like I'm interested to see who the next I feel like that's like the feeling that I have is that it's gonna be maybe not somebody that we haven't heard of before, but somebody that nobody's expecting to kind of take a throne this year as being like a fucking a force. No, not designer. But yeah, because ideally I'd like to say it's somebody from like the underground that ends up making it big, but like Netspend and Osam Mason and Too Slimy and all of them got like that shit is just not gonna. It's not gonna catch with the mainstream no matter what. It's too abrasive and it's too. The underground. I have respect for it in its own realm, but like they really play off. It sounded like shit. Like literally, like I saw that Too Slimy dude. He said, "Hey, this mic's too good. Can I put on my fucking $50 mic and we can re-record this shit?" And then he liked it more. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I just don't see that gaining the appeal. Where like before, like say, if it was when I was a fan of like Denzel Curry in 2014, it was like okay, I'm excited to see. I could see him breaking out of the underground, which he did. The underground now is a whole different thing. So I don't really see that really translating the same way. But whoever does go into like I guess not. I don't want to say mainstream rap, but like.
Breaks through
in that respect. So that's really all it is. I don't really have a name because honestly I think it's anyone's game this year. I just hope all teams have fun.
All right, Jalen, you got MVP this year?
Shit, it's Drake.
Okay.
I mean,
I hope so.
I think all of us would be happy if it was him.
All eyes on like Drake. You can name any other rapper artist like it's Drake. People want to see what Drake is going to do post beef. Like
he's got a lot of eyes on him right now.
Yeah.
So if he drops a couple of singles and we get that signature Drake summer smash or whatever, it's over with.
And I think he's set up great because I test drove the Drake thing too, but that's not who my MVP was. But I test drove the Drake scenario, and I'm like, okay, well, look, Iceman. Again, it's reportedly close to done, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I think it's very close, if not done, because him doing those streams tells me that, like, you're not rolling out an album if it's not ready. I think it was ready, and I think Taylor Swift announcement fucked that up. And then he said, you know what, let me punt and do the smart thing. And if you can drop end of quarter one, beginning of quarter two in a year, think about it. Festival season starts in April. And from April to like September, October, you have nothing but concerts, festivals, all of that. So drop your album right before that season starts so people know those records, people love those records, and then you go out on the road, you perform those records, and you dominate the year. And this is the blueprint that Kendrick has done. He's done it with he's done it with Mr. Morale. He loves to do that setup to where if you drop that end of that first quarter, you set yourself up to carry your momentum all year because then you're all through the summer. You're all through the summer and fall. Your name, your music is resonating, is charting, is playing. And then when you look back at the year, you're probably one of the highest selling albums because you dropped early in the year. And on top of that, everybody has a fondness because they watched you in concert, rock the stadium and all of that. So I think that's a very smart play for Drake. I think that's something he absolutely should do. I think if he is dropping Iceman, it should be quarter one, quarter two. Get that shit out early. Let the people gravitate to the records they want to gravitate to and run the fucking summer. Run the summer. That's it. So I test drove that. But I ultimately decided that Drake won't be MVP this year. Is because I genuinely just think that there is too many people that want to see his demise and too many platforms and too many people with voices. And again, not everybody, we're in such a diverse space that so many people have a platform. So, you go to what you like. But at the same time, I think that there is a lot of anti-Drake conversations from a lot of powerful publications right now. And I don't see them changing with this Drake album, no matter what it is, unless it is like absolutely undeniably like one of his best albums ever. I don't see them flipping, and I see that I see that there will be people, no matter what, that say that Drake is the MVP of this year. I think if you're looking at like a voting collective, if you're casting that ballot out to 50 media members, I don't think Drake would end up being the pick because I think that there is a lot of spoiled fruit when it comes to, or sour grapes when it comes to their taste on Drake right now. And so where I ultimately landed, and this was a shocker, because I test drove I test drove quite a few takes, and I landed on this one. The MVP of 2026 will be Tyler, the Creator.
Man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
I like
up.
that.
Tyler, the Creator will be the MVP.
No, he will not.
And I know that
Why
asking
did he
for
just say that?
asking for another project from Tyler, the Creator seems like a bit of a stretch, considering
had
he
a
dropped Comacropia and then he
in-between
dropped this in
project.
between. But when I listen to Tyler talk, when I see the interviews of how hungry he is, I think he is the hungriest rapper right now on this planet. I think
like
that
that.
when you see
I like
when
that.
you see Tyler, the Creator,
I like that.
talk the way he's talking about his music, about saying that he wants to be the greatest, mentioning in songs, I want to be better than Kanye, I want to be better than Pharrell, I want to be better than all my idols, all these big music people. And I think that him dropping this project that I didn't like, by the way, his dance project,
Yeah,
whatever.
I could even say it's lackluster as far as his albums go.
I think that unlocked something in his brain. I think that made him realize, oh, I don't have to be this guy that goes away for 2-3 years and then drops an album. I could just do whatever the fuck I want, and the world is falling for me. And he has mentioned for the last year and a half that he wants to do stadiums. How do you get to stadiums?
You're on sleep.
How do you get to stadiums without commercial-friendly music? Everybody understands this. This is a graduation blueprint. This is what it is. I really think that is what he is going to gun for. And I know somebody that is that hungry, that ambitious. I'm betting on him. And look, I got my flaws with Tyler. I do. But if I'm laying all the facts out and I'm just looking at things objectively, I truly think that he will end up being the MVP if he chooses this to be his year. Because he is very much made it clear that his next jump is stadiums. I don't know how he's going to do that. I think that's ambitious. I think that's bold. But
I mean,
he is going for that. And I think that if you're going for that, you are very, very confident in what you have next. And I have watched him do nothing but rise the last several years. Again, remove what I think of his last couple albums, because I don't have the highest opinions on all of them. I have very mixed opinions on his albums. But I have seen nothing but his stock go up for the last 5 years.
fair point. And I think right now he's also the couple of things that he has right at this very moment. One, the Marty Supreme hype fucking absolutely helps because it gets him into more rooms. And then also, the song that he dropped on Christmas was fucking phenomenal rap.
That song is fucking crazy.
Phenomenal
I don't like Tyler
rapping.
talking tough, but he talked tough in a good way, that
It's
record. I like that
phenomenal
record.
rapping. Like, it just is. So I wasn't even going to say that because I felt like it was too on the nose for me.
He only posted
But-
it on Twitter, right?
I think so. I don't think it's.
Maybe on YouTube.
I don't
but
think
I
it's
don't
on
think
streaming.
It's on streaming.
It's not streaming. Probably a sample, I imagine, is the reason.
Probably. You could tell that's some type of a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I test drove a lot of takes, and that is where I landed, and that is what I feel like is going to happen. We shall see. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's where I'm at. You saying I'm wrong? Yeah.
MVP is a very
Prestigious award.
prestigious, like, you know,
Yeah.
3 letters, like most valuable player.
Mm-hmm.
He will never, and I don't like to do never or always or whatever. He will never be that. And if he is, shit, shoot me. But like, I just don't see who he like takes for that. Like,
I think he's been knocking on that. I think he's been knocking on that door for the last several years. Of like he has been the guy that people I've seen people start to say, well, Big Three. What about Tyler? What
Who
about
said
Future?
that?
I've seen a lot of
He
people
been
say
knocking
that.
for how long? You said 7 years.
What?
How long he been knocking on that door? You said.
No, for the last several years. I
He
did
ain't
say
got the
7.
keys
Yeah.
yet, have he? He ain't got
He
the
don't.
keys yet, huh?
He don't, but I think this
He
year
don't-
he gets the
he
key.
ain't getting them
I think this year he looks under the mat and he gets the key.
Bro, Tyler Creator.
He cool. I like Tyler. Don't get it twisted now. I fuck with him, but
I fuck with Tyler. If you know me, you know I fuck with Tyler Creator. But Tyler Creator is like one of the. He's like one of the biggest artists. That's like. I don't want to say forgettable, but like not
Niche?
needed.
Niche, are you saying? Like it's
Like,
just
he's-
a
he's
big,
not-
but
he's
it's an
not-
audience.
Not really neat. Like, if he goes this whole 2026 without dropping a project, it's like it's kind of like okay, like, and I'm not saying people not checking for him or nothing like that, but it's just like I feel like it would be more like I would be more like if let's say if like Glorilla didn't drop the whole 2026, I'd be like, damn, like Glorilla ain't dropped 2026, like that's something people be checking for, and I'm not saying nobody not checking for Tyler, but it's just like if he didn't drop a project in 2026, it would just be like a shrug, like
I don't know, man.
Not to me.
Raps,
No.
rap's a combat sport, man. It's a sport at the end of the day. So to me,
I know his ass ain't fighting nobody.
No, he's a lover, not a fighter. You know what I mean?
You know, he ain't throwing no balls.
But
but he is.
he throwing something, baby.
he ain't throwing no punch.
He is even at the level that he's at. Because I mean, if Tyler stopped making music tomorrow, he would still be considered one of the most successful hip hop artists ever. Like, I mean, that's undeniable. All the shit that he's done over time, the festivals, the this, the that, like his tours. I will say I think he's one of the best performers in hip hop, like as far as actual performance goes on stage. But I do agree, like he's still in the mindset of not good enough. Like he's like not good. It's not good enough.
yeah, it's something like that. Like I don't want to say.
I'm not saying he's not, but he considers himself like not good enough. You know
I feel
what
like
mean?
I feel like that's how like
People
not
look at
necessarily
him.
not good enough, but it's just like he don't like when you say shit like Big Three, like that's not really like a conversation I would put him in. Like he's not breaking that threshold in comparison to like
A lot of people try to kick J. Cole out.
A lot of people is trying to kick J. Cole
But
out,
I think
like
that Tyler's whole thing is completely set. It was never supposed to happen. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Is Tyler's place
it was though.
is like no, but
When we watched our Future growing
Yes.
up, when we see how stupid these motherfuckers was,
But-
we knew they was destined to
but-
be
but-
stars.
But that's what I mean. Outside of when it actually happened, it wasn't. It went against everything that a fucking superstar entails. It was different. It was completely avant-garde. It was way out there. It was way
Counterculture.
different. It was not supposed like in the history of hip hop music or really any music. An artist like that isn't. It's very rare that an artist that out there takes it that far. That's what I mean by like it wasn't supposed to happen in the destiny of how this shit goes. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So
I feel indifferent only because of like, to me, like our Future, these niggas was like YouTubers who made music and like they knew like how the YouTube algorithm like worked when it came to like getting people's attention, this, that, and the third.
yeah,
So
they were
like
smart.
it was like destined to be because they knew how shit worked when it came to getting attention from other people. So I don't know. I don't see how they would see it like that, but like they played it so fucking smart. I don't see how they could see it any other way.
I think you look at right now and you look at who are some of the biggest artists right now in terms of talked about conversations, searches, all of that. It's a lot of theater kids. It's Kendrick. It's Doechii. It's Tyler. These are some of the most searched artists. I think that hip hop is in a space where they're clearly embracing that type of artist, and I think Tyler right now is the champion of those artists. And I look at rap as a sport. Hip hop is a sport, man. And I look at the people, I don't care what I think of them right now. If I see that person that's in the gym and doesn't leave the gym, I'm betting on him. That's why I'm betting on Jalen. Not to be funny, but that's why I'm betting on Jalen. It's because I see that Jalen puts in a shit ton of work, and he has a crazy drive. And so that's somebody that you look at and you're like, I don't know what he's gonna be, but he's gonna be something because I see the work, I see the drive that's put in. And I'm seeing that from the outside. I'm not around Tyler, so I can't speak to it. I'm not around all of these other big name celebrities, so I can't speak to it. But how it's being presented, how I'm seeing things through the interviews, through the records, through the way that he is moving, the things that he is saying, the way he is talking, he is one of those ones that you just gotta bet on them figuring it out. And that's what I'm betting on. I'm not coming to you with the blueprint. I'm not coming to you saying that he's dropping something. Like, I'm not saying this is what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. But I know that somebody that's talking like that consistently, that's working with the clips and recording his verse 360 times or whatever he said he did just to get it right for a feature, I know that person that's got LeBron James now in his music videos, that's got a lot of motion, that working like that, you bet on that.
And that's why
you bet on that. That's it.
That's what I meant by I didn't mean that him not being good enough to be in that, but the fact that he still thinks himself, because a lot of people at that level would say, all right, I'm here,
the shit.
I've done it, whatever, but he's still hungry. And it's that's something you don't see at that level that often, so
I agree.
I'll agree with you on that 100%.
I agree.
But, I mean, it depends on what he does going forward, but I think he'd be stupid to not use the Marty Supreme hype also, honestly.
That's
because
fair. That's a very good point. I didn't even factor in that when I was.
It put his name into so many more. It put his name into so many more people's minds and stuff.
I can't wait to see it.
I was gonna go see it until I heard the nigga start getting spanked at the end and all that shit.
Hey, whoa, no spoilers. I didn't see it.
The nigga gets spanked at the end. Spoiler alert. If you're seeing this, I just spoiled it.
We'll talk about it after, but
now
this nigga ain't see it.
Not Timothy.
Yes, Jalen enjoyed the movie when he gets spanked in it. He does.
You told me that. You told me the cinematography was great. You told right before we got on.
You seen it?
I heard Nas was in
it. All right. Let's close with this. 2026 will be remembered for blank, or as blank. However you need to phrase it to make it work.
It's gonna be the first year in a minute where rappers get R&B people in the hook again.
I love.
This is gonna be the year.
I hope to God you're right. You're speaking it into existence.
When rappers start, locking in with the R&B artists. I said this in the last episode, but I want to see more summertime.
There's no evidence of it, but it needs to happen. So I love you speaking it into existence.
I'm gonna take the under on that, chat. I'm gonna take the under on that.
I love you speaking into existence, so I'm right there with you.
I'm going to double down in a sense on that, is that not just specifically it being R&B hooks, but I think that, as all media goes, I think this year there's going to be a lot of play on nostalgia as far as thing goes. We had that Metro Boomin album this past year that was obviously very, very nostalgic. It represented a specific time, and that the R&B hook is also representative of a specific time. So I do think that's going to play a factor this year, because I've been hearing some of these songs, newer songs that have been coming out, and a lot of them have been tending to be reminiscent of beats from 2010 to 2015, even 2005 to 2010, somewhere in there. You know what I mean? So I'm interested to see where that goes for sure.
Leon Thomas about to be busy.
Leon Thomas, he's set up to have a big 2026.
Leon Dollar$ign?
Leon Dollar$ign, yeah. Birdie, what are you looking at for 2026? How will hip hop 2026 be remembered?
The restoring of Atlanta. That's a pretty big base in hip hop. So I think it's gonna be a few patches and bruises that's gonna be healed throughout the year for them.
Okay. Zay.
I think this is gonna be the year where you either grow or you're gonna get left behind.
What do you mean by that?
I just think that you just gonna have to get with the times. Like get with the times. Show something different. Evolve a little bit more, or if you keep doing the same thing as last time, or if you haven't really, showed something else, something that a lot of people can get down to.
I can agree. I think people are starting to get sick of the one-trick ponies.
I think so too. For me, 2026 will be remembered as the last act of our stars. I think that this year you will see some of our generation's biggest stars fall, fade, or gracefully bow out. You think of Big Sean, you think of J. Cole, you think of Travis, you think of Drake, you think of Ye. All of those stars are either creatively drained, cooked, or have just chose different endeavors. And like you look at Big Sean, everything he's got going on with the Pistons, his last album wasn't the greatest. You look at Drake. I mentioned it earlier in the show. Drake is someone that was screaming for years that he doesn't want to keep going. He wants to take a break. He said that after For All the Dogs dropped, he wants to take a break. He wants to chill. He's got some health problems. And then what does he do? A month later, drop an album. That's not because he wanted to do it. He said that's because he wanted to do it. But in reality, there's a lot of external forces pushing him. And I think that he is looking at Iceman as this motivation to push through, like Jalen said, and get that one last act, because you can't go out like this. Like, I feel really bad for Drake because I think that Drake is mentally drained and tapped out right now from all the work he's put in. And now I think he's sitting there and he's like, I can't go out like this. It can't be me losing this rap battle that was big and me looking a certain way to a certain amount of people. I can't go out this way. I have to come back. And I think that has channeled and locked into something good. But I think that Drake is setting up to go away. J. Cole, been screaming about retirement, as we talked about. He wants to retire, but doesn't want to retire. So I think that you're looking at him gracefully bowing out. You're looking at Travis Scott. Travis Scott is doing so many things that aren't music right now that music to me is secondary. My view is music is secondary to him in terms of his priorities, in terms of his focus. So all of these guys from our generation are starting to fade. And Wayne, if you want to throw in people that are even like maybe not our generation, but kind of our generation because we grew up on them. But like even Lil Wayne, Carter 6, ass. Kanye West, cooked. Like, I think that we are seeing this year become the year where a lot of the last acts of our generation will start. So maybe this isn't their last project, but this is the start of the end for them, or of a significant hiatus, sabbatical, whatever you want to call it for them. And so the question left is there a new crop, and are they ready to take the mantle? Because that's going to be vital to hip-hop success is if these guys are going to gracefully bow out like I think they are, or be chaperoned out in the case of some people being cooked or whatever, is there going to be a young crop ready to take the mantle? And right now, I don't see it. Right now, we talked about this next star. Like, the only person I can name is, like, Doechii, and it's like, okay, but, like, that's just one person, and I don't even know if she's a slam dunk star, so it's like, it's concerning.
It's like the NBA, bro. Like,
I was just gonna say
you
that.
got, like, we all grew up on like the same people, bro. Like
Yeah.
Bron, KD, Steph, you know, shit, Kawhi, Chris Paul. You could throw Kyrie in there too. Kobe, like it was like the same.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Steph.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting at.
Stay there. Yeah.
So LeBron's probably done soon. KD can play a little bit. Steph will be done soon.
But all stars gotta come to their point.
But you got people like Wemby, SGA, K. You have great stars under like those three, and like you know anybody that's coming up, Tatum, Brunson, Mitchell. But the
Cade?
effect, I said K, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The effect
Hey,
they
sure,
like
sure,
the
sure.
yeah, trust me, the
Yeah.
effect they like that Bron and Steph and KD had, I don't see them getting to that level. Like even AE, like great personality at the court, you know, Ant-Man, but he doesn't want to be the face of the league. You don't have, I don't see anyone in rap right now that's going to be like, okay, well, Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are about to be done. I'm
But
about
we
to
got
pop
this.
off.
We're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I see stars that are like, it's a lot of stars, but I don't see one person that's like,
But
all right,
do
bet I'm
you?
about
I don't even see. I don't
It's
see.
hard
I
for
don't
me to
see
say
a
that.
Wemby. I don't see a Ant. I don't see a Cade. Like I see like
You could throw
maybe one.
Cardi. You could throw, but
Like
see,
the NBA is in a much
you
better
could throw,
shape to
like,
use that
Cardi-
parallel than rap is right
like,
now.
You got Cardi, you got YoungBoy, but like it's just the way like people consume Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. It's not the same as consuming their music.
Yeah, it's like
That's
a whole
great.
different. It's
That's a great
it's
point.
like pushing the. It's like opposite sides of the same genre. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, that's what But I could see it. I just looked it up. I didn't even know J. Cole turns 41 this month. Like,
Damn.
So it's like it's at the point where Drake's 39, Kendrick's 38. So it's like at the point I get where like, yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking. Like NBA is like it gets to a point when it's like, it's a young man's sport. It really is.
Yeah.
Hip hop is a young man's sport.
Yeah. That's why I'm like I really hope that we're gonna see some of these artists blossom because I think historically we've had a lot of artists hang around longer than the genre previously had. And you know, that same kind of parallel is going on with the NBA. It's like the NBA, it's like, yeah, there's talent, but it's like, you know, what still drives the ratings are LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, these guys. And it's all marketing to push these young guys, to push these young bulls to get to the next spot.
They don't got that though. And the one person
Yeah, I
that
don't think
did,
they
the one
got-
person that does, which I think is Anthony Edwards, given like how he acts,
Yeah.
he doesn't want that.
Yeah.
And that's fine too. You know, I mean that's fine. Like John Morant, he had it, but you know, it should be happening. But
But you know,
but it's just like
Things
I
happen.
don't
But you know.
think anybody in rap right now like wants that like top dog role. Like nobody
Yeah.
wants to be like the Drake or the next Kendrick. I mean, you got the like the Cardis and the Yachties and the people under like that have the potential to like do shit like that, but it's just like YoungBoy to me is the best option we got, but he'll never get what he deserves because of like people how
Yeah.
they look at him. And
Yeah,
I think
for
he's-
sure.
I think he's the closest one, if anything.
For sure. I'm not mad. Listen, if you could sell arenas, oh man. Like people are underselling that. Like you gotta stop acting like NBA YoungBoy's just this like type rapper. Like if you're selling arenas, you are not a type rapper. You are doing very, very well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how 2026 plays out, man. I'm really excited. I'm juiced up. It's a big year for the Rap Cave. It's a big year for hip hop. I'm very, very excited to see how it's all gonna pan out. It's gonna be a great year, man. It's gonna be a great year. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So, without further ado, let me know in the comments below what is the storyline you're looking for in 2026. What is the album you need most? Who is your MVP, and how will 2026 be remembered? As always, I'm Chris Platte, aka Platte Pods, on the Rap Cave podcast with a few of my dopest friends, a few great people that I'm lucky to be beside. B. Mike Birdie, Zay, Primetime Jay Leno,
Yo.
and Big AP on the ones and twos.
yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, help the channel grow. And again, let us know in the comments your thoughts. We're gonna be interactive with the comments. We're gonna be doing videos based off of what the comments say. So we want to build a hip hop community that speaks to the people. I think a lot of these hip hop platforms, they say what they say, but they don't necessarily engage with the community. And what I want to do is I want this one to be different. I want this one to be active with the community.
Let
So
us know what y'all want to hear, man.
yeah, let us know. Let us know, because your suggestion might just be the topic on the next episode. So until then, we'll see you next week. Peace out, everybody.